Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our fifth part of chapter second, that is self and personality. In self and personality, till now we have talked about the type and trait approach and the different psychologists given the trait approaches in that we have discussed in the previous video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the psychodynamic approach that is given by Sigmund Freud. He is one of the most important psychologists who have introduced psychology. He is known as father of psychology. In this, the Sigmund Freud has given an approach called psychodynamic approach. In this approach, it is related to the psychological relationships of an individual, in which he have discussed that how do our conscious, unconscious and subconscious levels work, and how an individual personality forms on the basis of psychosexual and psychosegmatic approaches. In this psychodynamic approach, he have mainly talked about the hypnosis technique. In this hypnosis technique, he have told how an individual has been helpful to describe his problems or discuss his problem with the individuals who are not known to them, and on that basis the psychologist or an individual can solve the problem of the other subject or other individual. Okay, so in this, the uses of hypnosis has been described by Sigmund Freud. In the form of this, he has been saying that we have been here to talk about the problems of people. We've been talking about people problems, and in people problem we've been once a person say its problem or describe its problem to another person, then he get relief in that, and this is something hypnosis doing work. It is a type of situation in which we hypnotize a person, and then we can share his thoughts, feeling. He can share his thoughts and feeling related to his past, present, or any of his memory which is somewhere in the unconscious mind. So that is being done by different techniques which are known as free association, dream analysis, and analysis of errors. How do this work? In this, the free association is something related to the techniques where a person or an individual is been describing his situation and a problem to a psychologist or a counselor. Here, a psychologist or a counselor, why does they work? Because they are the one who don't judge the person who is sitting in front of them, and he been not ever biased. When we share our problems or feeling with an individual or somebody, if they are known to us, they judge us in one or another form, or they present the problem according to that, which is not actually true. So in this, the free association is done by the psychologist or counselor who know the study, how does it work and how to work over these techniques. After this, the dream analysis. The dream analyzing is also a technique. In this, whenever a person has been hypnotized and kept in that situation, the dream or the unconscious mind which has been working at that moment of time, whatever things you've been thinking about and explaining to the counselor or a psychologist, that has been discussed in a dream, and then that dream is being described and structured in a form, and then we analyze the errors, means whatever the problem is, whatever the situation is, in that the errors has been analyzed. Now when we have been talking about this is the use of hypnosis which is given by Sigmund Freud. It is being done very first in psychodynamic approach, whereas if we talk about the level of consciousness, the level of consciousness was discussed by him after describing the hypnosis. In hypnosis, what he have done, that in the level of consciousness he have explained it in three forms. The three forms are related to consciousness, awareness, pre-consciousness and unconsciousness. Unconsciousness is something related to the unaware, or mainly related with the situation which are non-aware or unaware about. We are unaware about these kind of situations, that is unconscious. This is completely forgettable memory, whereas the conscious one is related to awareness and it is in the present. What our senses see, what our senses do, everything which is at the present moment of time, that is considered as conscious. It is in the short term memory, and in this we can describe the situation at the present moment of time. This is level of consciousness. The level of consciousness is about the awareness. Okay, we are aware about the situation. Now if it comes to the pre-conscious level, this is the also known as subconscious level. The subconscious level is aware of closely attended, in which we are not so much attended towards a situation, but if we put some kind of stress over a situation, then we can remember these points. Okay, this is something related to short term memory, or short term memory is something in this which is related to the awareness of the thing, but at some period of time when we forgot something. जब हम कभी कुछ चीज़ भूल जाते हैं और थोड़ा सा प्रेशर देने पे वो चीज़ हमें दोबारा से याद आ जाती है, we remember it and again in a situation, that is something related to pre-conscious mind. In your book or in many of your if you search about this conscious level of consciousness, you will get this in a iceberg situation, in that it is something made in such way. Example, there is an iceberg in this situation, in this way, and here will be the water. Okay, and this will be your unconscious consciousness. This is your unconscious, and this is your pre-conscious or subconscious. This is conscious, and this is your subconscious. Okay, so this will be something like this, or subconscious, unconscious, sorry, this is related to unconscious. Okay, so this form the iceberg been made up, and you will get it like this. So you can make a flow chart or a diagram to explain the level of consciousness. Okay, the level of consciousness, now just take a quick revision, that it is related to present. This is related to present situation. Pre-conscious is related to close attendance. Means you have to put some kind of pressure on your mind to make a memory, and unconscious is completely forgetted, or somewhere in our mind which is not, we are not unaware about it. Unconscious, unaware. Okay, conscious, aware. So this way you can remember. Okay, after this, when he have explained the levels of consciousness, after this he have talked about the personality, which I am going to explain you now. Okay, in the memory, the structure of personality was given. The structure of personality was given by Sigmund Freud. In this, what he have explained? He have explained about id, ego and superego. Okay, as I made here, these are interrelated. If this is ego, id, then there will be superego, and somehow there will be ego as well. Okay, this is the main pattern of the interrelation. In this, id will work always with the pleasure feeling. Okay, it will always work with a pleasure feeling, and in the pleasure feeling, what it is reacting like a stubborn child. Like it always think that whatever I want it. In whatever situation it is, in whatever condition we are, but if I'm getting relaxed with this situation, with the thing, then I need it. That is something it's completely selfish kind of thing. One who always think about only own pleasure, and for that pleasure he can do anything, and that is related to id. Okay, after it, before going to superego, I'll just go for ego. Ego is something related to reality based. It is reality based feeling, and he always find some kind of alternatives or solutions for completing the wish of id. The id says to ego that I want a pen, for example. So ego will find a way to get that pen. In whatever situation, howsoever, he find the different ways to work on it and find that pen for id to fulfill the desire of id. Okay, so he see two kinds of situation for the id also to complete their pleasure also, and also the alternative ways or a defense mechanism if he don't get it. That I will explain you later on. Okay, it is like a big brother. He is like a big brother who have to fulfill the wish of his younger brother. Okay, this way you can remember. So his ego is been working as one who isn't completely selfish, not completely selfish, but fulfilling a stubborn nature child wishes, and for that he can do whatever situations or things are available to him. He will try to fulfill it, but not harming others. Okay, but fulfill the desire of the id. So that is ego. And superego is like a parent. Why is it like a parent? Because he is the one who balances the situation. He is the one who balances the situation. He explained it that if something is not right, or if something is being not so much important for your life, then you can leave it. For example, it asks ego to give the pen, but now superego will explain ego that if the pen is not the basic necessity of your life, and without pen you can work from any other thing also, then you can leave this color of this pen which id demands from ego. Okay, so this is something related to superego. Id, superego, ego, they are interrelated. They are working as a parent. Why? Because he is explaining ego to help it to leave that kind of stubbornness nature. Okay, so he has been like working as a guide also. You can say as a guide also, who balance between id and ego. Okay, this is the superego. Now, when something is been not get by the ego, he use a term which I have explained first is defense mechanism. And by the help of a defense mechanism, what he do, he follows some types which will be coming next part, but